up doing something that will go on for decades and decades. The question was asked, high enough? The question was asked in the press conference a few minutes ago, well, why here? And aside from President Schultz's enumeration of the reasons why this is such an important land grant school, not just for the state of Washington, but nationally, it's because when I thought of years ago when I first came for the Liechtenstein show that Chris Bruce organized, and I must admit, as I was flying in, I kept saying to a friend whose kids were here, I said, where's the town? Where is it? Where is it? And we saw this little golden speck. And when I came on campus, I was blown away by really the beauty of this campus, the way it's been planned, the aesthetic consistency of all these buildings, and the students. It's cute. When we were here last week, a lot of students were here with their parents looking at going to WSU, and while I am an Oregon Duck, I kept saying, oh, this is a fabulous campus, the kids are wonderful, my kids loved it, so hopefully maybe a few more of those kids will be here. But getting back to when I came here with Chris Bruce, the thought that the thousands of young people graduate from this amazing institution every year that may not really have had the opportunity to go on and meander on down to the previous art space really hurt me. And I just brought up the idea then, and while it took a few years to germinate, the late, great Elson Floyd was fabulous, and it's so nice to work with a new president and his wife, Noel, who are equally as passionate about the arts. Because as important as the arts are to many of us, if you don't have support really from the top down at a university, it's just tougher. So really, I from the bottom of my heart, and I know I speak for everyone here, appreciate that you took the job and that both of you are here as a team and you're supportive of the arts as well as all the amazing things this university does. But back to the students to close, what I hope now, and what President Schultz, as did President Floyd, committed to, is there are aspirational goals for this museum. And it was important to me that we had buy-in from the top, and those have been signed off by President Schultz, so they're there forever. So when a few names up on the front of the building are forgotten, and when Kurt Schultz was looked back as the 11th of 27 and 42 presidents, at least for the hundreds and hundreds of thousands of students and others that come to this building, they'll go back to the words that we enshrined in those empowering documents. And those words that were so important, is the museum will not rest till it reaches out to every single student on campus and helps make this museum part of their ordinary campus life. Second, the museum will not rest till it reaches out to every single dean and department. This is not just for the art students. It doesn't matter whether it's animal husbandry, vinoculture, engineering, chemistry. There are shows that can be done, and Jill Hartz is here from the Jordan Schnitzer Museum of Art in Eugene, and she's done this. She's reached out to the athletic department. Every year the football players make their own little art, and it's in the museum. So by gosh, we get every football player in that art museum. And with their performance last year, they probably should have stayed in the museum. But the point is the museum needs to reach out to every dean and figure out over time a program, an exhibition that relates to what their department does. Third, I said, you know, if this were New York City and we were doing something in NYU, there are 50 or 80 museums in New York, okay? There aren't any other museums in this part of the state. So this museum has an obligation to reach out to every single school child, grade school and high school student in this community, and work on programs to get them here. And lastly, for every adult in the community and for the counties surrounding Pullman to reach out and embrace them and make them feel welcome. So I'm delighted that President Schultz, the administration, has supported that. Their aspirational goals. Will we get to 100%? We sure would hope so. We wouldn't suddenly say, oh, 62% is okay. We want 100% of all those groups to be here. So it's delighted today to be here to see this. And it's fabulous that you're all here, but what warms my heart is the thought that day in, day out, month in, month out, year after year, literally thousands and thousands of young people and young at heart will come in those glorious doors and experience the fabulous exhibitions, not only from the collection that the museum already has that really never was able to be shown because there wasn't space, but the amazing traveling exhibitions they'll be able to mount. So this is really a congratulations to everyone who's been here. I'm the one that's humbled and honored. Thank you.